Hey everybody. I just decided I was cleaning some ducks that I'd give you a quick run through of how I breast out my ducks. Got a nice beautiful pintail here. Um, I took his tail feathers, but So I got a bag next to me here. I'm gonna pluck some extra so you can kind of see it more, hopefully. I usually just take a little bit off the chest here so I can expose like the breastbone area, and grab a hold of some skin. Um, yeah. So if you were leaving the skin on your breasted duck, then you would have to do this a little more. This would be more of a requirement. Sometimes that's a nice touch. It's much easier if you don't use the skin because you don't have to clean this up as much. See if I can not get feathers all over. So bottom of the breast, top right here, and then it kind of goes down here to the wing. So it's kind of shallow here, and I just kind of cut it back following the bottom to the top of the wing. And I'm going to go slow because hopefully I'll be able to show you kind of what I'm doing. And I like to try my damnedest to get as much meat off the breast. Sometimes it gets a little quicker and a little sloppier when you got a whole bunch of ducks because you just want to get done with it. But I really try to get as much as I can because I really love duck meat. And I want to use the most of it as possible. So usually pinch the skin, and then let's use the big knife. Kind of get it, and then slice till you get it up, and then you can get it and kind of peel it back as you cut. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. Hold it up, and then as you peel, just cut that, kind of skin it back. And then normally I try to get kind of right up the middle because it makes everything a little bit easier in the end if it's split evenly. And then peel it back pretty much as far as you can see there, getting close to the leg there, getting close to the wing here. And you can probably most of the time just peel this off like that, but sometimes it pulls a little bit of the surface meat too, so I just take my time and skin it back like you would a deer, kind of. Although this is probably easier. Okay, so you get it back. Oh, there's leg. And make sure you're up to the top. Continually taking feathers off your knife and your hands because they are everywhere always. And then I just take the knife and run it down the breastbone like so. And right here is the top of the breast. You can kind of feel it go in there, stopping right there because it's the top of the breastbone, and then come down. And down here, actually, it's probably easier. This bone kind of has some angle to it, so I kind of like just fish the knife in, and it kind of cuts back up towards the head. So if you really want to get in there, you kind of start and then peel back in there, and you just get all the way down to where you can tell there's no more meat, and then just start kind of cut it back. I start from the bottom here and just kind of keep working it because the bottom part here will end sooner than the top as far as like width. And then you just keep skinning her back, and then you'll get to a point where you can see through it there. Then I move back to the top. I'll flip it around, and with this top piece I just kind of trace the bone around, and once you get through here, you can tell where the breast is kind of ending. You kind of get it all the way up toward the wing here and just kind of keep peeling it back. And then I just take the knife and then cut back. And somewhere in there, you're going to be kind of like in between the wing and the. So I just find the part that I know what it is, cut back. There's a wing bone, and just keep peeling back. And then there, I found the end of it. And so you got a nice half duck breast there with some feathers on it. But I like to get nice and deep because this is like your little duck tenderloin here. And I really like that piece. So try to be careful. Let's see if we can go a little faster here. I might speed this up on the video, I'm not sure. And there's the other half of the duck breast. And I'll say you got a pellet hole in your breast. It's kind of hard to tell if it makes it through. So what I always do is say I had a pellet hole here. I would just take my knife and stick the knife blade and trace the hole all the way through and then cut it out just to make sure I don't have a steel pellet in there that I'm going to chomp down on. So I take my nice pintail duck breasts, wash them up a little bit, get all these little pieces of feather off, and then either fry them up now or package them up and freeze them. So there you go. There's how I breast out a duck. Feel free to criticize me, but that's the way I do it. I like to kind of take my time a little bit. You get faster the more you do, but anyways, cheers guys.